After 4 years of war, the final battle was here. We brought our best to face our enemy. We brought our ships, our people, our ingenuity, our courage. But the Klingons brought something more. They brought Leviathans. The Klingons had unleashed their dreadnought, the D7, and it wreaked havoc upon us. And Karn and his forces were massed to end the fight in the most brutal way possible. And we all knew the very survival of the Federation was at stake. But I was not going to let it end that way. And I was not alone. When we have our backs against the wall, when we are outnumbered and outgunned, when the darkness is about to overwhelm us, that is when what it means to be Starfleet really matters. That is when every one of us stood up and said, it ends here. At Axanar. Hello and happy Thanksgiving, Axa-fans! I hope everyone is doing well. It is hopefully a good Thanksgiving for all of you. It was a good Thanksgiving for me. It was very relaxing. I didn't do anything. Crystal and I went out for dinner at this diner that has a really nice upscale diner, and it was absolutely fantastic turkey dinner. So that was all great. Let's see, who do we got here? Justine Banks. When is this happening? It's well, you need to follow the we do these video updates all the time, and all you got to do is watch one of them, and we tell you everything that's happening every time. So really encourage you all to watch the update videos on the Axanar channel. I mean, we there's only so much we can do here. We post them everywhere, and it's on our YouTube channel. So really, please check those out, and you'll get fully updated on what's happening. I will talk about it tonight too. Val, how are you doing? It's great to see you, Val. I hope you're doing great. Would love to catch up. And there's Paul. Paul, hope you are doing well. Michael Weir. Weir, how you doing? And Michael Weir's here. I'm a long time donor and supporter of the channel. Michael, hope you are doing great. Only see half my. You only see. Oh, you know what? It is. I bet it's because of the way you're. Are you? What are you watching it on? Let's see. Are you watching it? Let's see what it looks like. Oh, you know what it is? It's because of this. It's this new thing where you must be watching on a phone, so hopefully it's better now. They just added. We use StreamYard to live stream. StreamYard just added this thing where there's a vertical presentation as well for phones. I'm assuming it's for phones, and so I can see it, what it looks like on a phone as well. So there you go. Hopefully that's better now. If you're on a PC, there's no reason it should be vertical. You should see the full screen. So if you're on a desktop or a laptop or anything, this is full screen. So you should see the Cisco computer here. You should see Colonial One over here. Anyway, but good. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's see, just checking in. Oh, we had a shoot last weekend. We did an insert shot. We were supposed to do two insert shots, one for episode 4 and one for episode 5. Unfortunately, Nadia Robertson, who you may know as Admiral Kovalenko in Daedalus, she got in a car accident the day before the shoot, so we had to cancel. She's okay. Her car is not damaged. She just backed up into someone. So she was just a little shaken, it was not a good time for her. So, which is no problem. We're going to reschedule that for first quarter. For those of you who are asking, episode 4 should be out in Q1. I don't. It could be as early as late January. It'll depend. I'm still waiting to talk to Dave Lanyon about our executive producer about timing and release, and I don't think we're going to do a red carpet premiere other than at a convention for episode 4. So we have a couple of convention options we're talking about, and then episode 5, knock wood, we're going to be. I don't know if this is working, but we'll knock it anyway. So episode 5 will be obviously San Diego Comic-Con, and we're preparing for that now. There you go. That's kind of what's happening there. So episode 4, Q1, episode 5, what's that? End of Q2, beginning of Q3. Episode 4 is coming along great, and I'm going to show you a bit of it right now. If you're watching the vertical on a phone or something, sorry. But I queued this up, and I'm going to give you a little. I'm going to give you a little bit of honey here.
Starfleet was in crisis mode. The new D7s were formidable, and with our Constitution class not yet ready, the gains we had made since launching the Ares class were quickly vanishing.
Appointed to take over for the hospitalized Admiral Ramirez, Admiral Threll was the first non-human to head Starfleet Command.
All right, there you go. I don't want to give away too much. But there's the first time we've shown a little bit of the scene to online. But there you go. That is Admiral Threll. That is Steve McCage is the actor, who you may know if you're a Stargate fan. He was, what was he? He was in the first couple seasons. Makepeace. He was Colonel Makepeace. Major, Colonel, whatever he was. Anyway, and he is actually Steve Einat's nephew. Steve Einat, the original Garth of Izar from Whom Gods Destroy. Yeah, that's his nephew. So we reached out to him. We were introduced to him by Linda Alexander and reached out to him, and he came down. He was an amazing guy. Not only that, he was an amazing actor. It was funny because they were running behind on the day he was shooting. I don't know what it was, but they got way behind with lighting, and it was just, the setup was just not going well. So they get to him, and we're like at least an hour behind. And he's like, look, can I just run through all my lines at once? And they were like, sure, let's take a shot at it. And he goes, and it was pitch perfect, every single line. And like what you're going to see in episode 4 and 5 is like his first take, because they were so damn good. And all of a sudden they're like, well, we're caught up. Steve's wrapped in like a half hour. It was amazing. And he was just the nicest guy. So there you go. Sturm asked that. We had them custom made by a friend of ours. So yeah, there you go. And the cool thing also, if you've seen Captain Trask, who let's see if I can. God, I'm glad I cut it off there. I can't show you the rest of that. Can't show you that. That stuff I just can't show you. Okay, I'll show you Trask. Here's another scene, which we've shown the VFX before. Let me show this to you again, or let me show you. Here's another scene from episode 4.
years since the foundation of the Federation, Starfleet has evolved from a small exploratory force to a cohesive fighting force. A large part of that was because of the relationship between the captains.
Okay, so there you go. And obviously we use both types of Andorian antennas, which I thought would be cool, right? Those, Sturm, we got those off Etsy. Yeah, I can get you the info if you know. The Enterprise style antenna we got off Etsy. There you go. No, we don't have stranded sun. So there you go. Yeah. So there's some sneak peeks on episode 4. I've got another one I'll show you here is we've got some great. Let me close episode 4. Yeah, episode 4 is almost finished. Let me show you all. Now, I think I've shared this in the Patreon campaign. So, yeah. So here's where we love this shot. This shot is great. There you go. So there's another shot from episode 4. I'm just looking at your comments here. Well, Val, make sure you make sure we talk before then so we can get together and I'll show you the studio. Yeah, so that's there we go. Also, the donor site is up and running. If you're a donor, make sure you go to axanar.com. Go to it says Axanar Donors. It's the first link in the nav bar. Axanar Donors. Go there, sign in, check out what we got there. So that's the other big news. What else? And then tomorrow's Black Friday. I'll be sending out an email about a Black Friday sale on Axanar Donor Store. So in case you're interested in any of the goodies that we have there, they'll all be on sale. Most of them, not the models, but most of the stuff will be on sale. So check it out. Hopefully, I'm going out shopping tomorrow, and I usually don't, not on Black Friday, but excuse me, sorry. So there you go. That's it. That's kind of what's happening in Axaland. Love to know what's happening with you guys. If you have any questions, we've been motoring along. Dana is down to, we only have 2 actors left to composite, and that'll be it. And then we got tactical maps that have to get put in, and then we're done. And so, yeah, there you go. We're on the precipice of having episode 4 done, and it looks great. And I know some of you, I know like Sturm has seen it already. I guess that was last year, wasn't that, Sturm? He saw a rough cut when it was really rough. Now we've got all the actors in, all the compositing except for 2 actors is in. It's looking fantastic. I'm really, really, really happy. The other big news, in case you're interested, we won a big lawsuit last month against Paul Jenkins, our former director, who we fired in May of 2020. And rather than go away like professionals in Hollywood do, he decided to file a fraudulent copyright on the Axanar script, and we took him to court for breach of contract. And he delayed it and ran up hundreds of thousands of dollars of legal bills, most of which he hasn't paid. His first lawyer is suing him for $300,000. And his second lawyer ran up $296,000 in bills in his second lawyer. And then he was on his third lawyer, because each lawyer keeps quitting after a while. They're not getting paid. It's amazing to me that they wait till their bills are $300,000 before firing Paul. And unfortunately, these idiots, they keep doing the dirty work of Paul Jenkins and running up our legal bills. Well, then we get to trial, and his knucklehead lawyer proceeds to just waste everyone's time. He was the worst lawyer. It looked like he'd never been in a court before. Couldn't get his thoughts together, had no idea what the theory of the case was, and just wasted days and days. Literally, we were done in half a day presenting our case. So Monday, we started September 22nd, I believe it was. It was a Monday. Jury selection, jury instructions. The next day, I'm on the stand. My lawyer gets me on the stand for an hour and a half. And then they cross-examined me for 2 full days. None of it had anything to do with the case. They just wanted to waste their time and try and character assassinate me. And their lawyer was so bad, I got in all these things that we were never going to present, but which did not look good for Paul. But got in lots and lots of things because the lawyer just didn't know how to handle a witness. So anyway, 2 days later, they start. My attorney's like, we rest, and they then proceeded to spend the next week. I think they spent Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They spent 4 days. They spent 4 days presenting witnesses that had nothing to do with the case. Nothing. And this is the problem. These guys had no clue. Paul Jenkins was running it in his narcissistic delusions. He thought he could, run a legal case. Just Paul was on the stand for 2 days, did nothing but character assassinate me. And there was actually a lawyer on our jury. And the lawyer said, all he did was character assassinate you. He said he didn't talk about the case at all. The jurors actually wanted to speak to Dave, my attorney, when the case was over. They came back for us in it was 2 hours. They came back, awarded me $60,000 for the shoot that Paul Jenkins screwed up, and then awarded my attorney $180,000 in legal fees. And then 7 of the jurors asked to talk to Dave afterwards, and they just said, we didn't believe a word Paul Jenkins was saying. And they said, Paul was also photographing. He was also videotaping the proceedings because Paul has it in his brain that he's going to make this documentary about how evil I am. And that pissed off the jury to no end. They told us flat out, they said, oh, yeah, we saw the camera in the back and we heard that he was trying to make a for-profit documentary off of this case. So he stretched it out. Paul and his lawyer stretched out what should have been 3-4 days into 9 days. Wasted everyone's time for 9 days. And the jury wasn't happy about it either. They knew that he was wasting everyone's time. And it was the longest civil jury trial in Forsyth County, Georgia history. And in the end, jury came back in 2 hours. I won, gave my lawyer his attorney's fees, and that was it. So there you go. That was a huge win for us because Paul Jenkins had dragged this out for over 5 years. He kept delaying and kept delaying. I mean, he kept filing motions. We won every single motion his lawyers put out there. And then his lawyer, there's a pre-trial hearing where they get together and they talk about the case, and you have to submit a brief. Their lawyer wasn't prepared, didn't submit the brief. He was just a disaster. And now they're trying to get a new trial, which is a joke. So anyway, there you go. Good guys win. Good guys are now 2-0 in legal cases in Georgia courts against the haters. The first was against Sean O'Halloran. the stalker who physically assaulted me in 2021 at Dragon Con with the help of Paul Jenkins. And I took him to court, got a restraining order against him, and now Paul Jenkins. So, and the great thing is the haters, not a word. They have barely said a word in the month and a half since that trial ended, because I think they're realizing that all the bullshit that Paul Jenkins was feeding them over 5 years. I mean, Paul Jenkins thought he was going to get me arrested for fraud. I mean, what an idiot. He was literally pitching it. And of course, he's raising money. He's grifting all these haters, trying to get money out of him so he can, and then it's embarrassing. But anyway, good guys win. So there you go. Well, now you know about the lawsuit. Yeah, I mean, Dave says I didn't know about the lawsuit, and all right till now. Yeah, well, and Paul's right. He just wanted to make this documentary. He thought he was going to prove Alec's an evil guy, and we're going to make that. They were saying we're making the documentary is going to be the next Tiger King. We're going to sell it for millions of dollars. This is the bullshit that Paul was feeding the suckers at the haters group. And we were laughing. We're like, just because you're a narcissist and can't admit the fact that you screwed up, don't blame me, But of course, you had Rob Burnett came in and testified. Rob Burnett was just a joke on the stand. He just pontificated and bloviated like he always does. And after we got back from lunch one day in the middle of his bloviation on the witness stand, and one of the people in the court, I can't say who didn't know who robbed from a hole in the wall, turns to Dave and me because we walk in. We're always there early, and said, "That guy loves hearing himself talk, doesn't he?" Which is a classic. That's like classic Rob Burnett. Yep, that's Rob Burnett there, right there. He thought Rob thought, and Mike Bourne thought they were going to fly in and be star witnesses, and it was just a joke because the case wasn't about making a film. It was about breach of contract, which was open and shut, and they never addressed it. So we also had a defamation claim against Jenkins, and the first day of court, we dropped that claim because we knew it was probably not a winner. Defamation claims are very hard to prove, but more importantly, we knew we were going to win we felt really strong about our breach of contract case, and the defamation was just going to waste everyone's time. And we said, let's not waste everyone's time. And we didn't want it. So we dropped that case, that claim, which pissed off Francis, his lawyer, Paul's lawyer, to no end. They were stymied when they found out that we dropped because if I had a defamation claim, he would bring in all these witnesses saying, "Oh, Alec's a bad man. Alec's a bad man," right? But he had 30 witnesses he wanted to bring in. What an idiot! 30 witnesses on a civil trial, and that's about breach of contract, And their claims were all bullshit. Most of them got thrown out. They couldn't even prove. They didn't even know what they were. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing to be that lawyer, and the jury just freaking had it with them. So there you go. Thank you all. Yes, thank you on the victory. It was awesome. After 5 years, to finally put the nail in the coffin of that narcissist was just wonderful. And we will have the chance to do it again as we have a hearing in March on his motion for a new trial, which he is never going to get. But hey, you go out and do that. And then I'm sure he'll appeal after that as well. I'm not sure there was a situation that warranted punitive damages. But listen, just the fact that he has to pay for my lawyer, that's huge, right? Because, he's a deadbeat. He's never going to, and we're going to garnish his Marvel salary. We'll see, whatever, what other comic book companies he's doing, work for will all be getting letters from us. So, and the collection effort started immediately. So, anyway, you don't want to hear about that. Troy, hey, Troy, thank you. Yeah, I agree. We agree. I have the nicest, most decent guy as a lawyer, Dave Messer. Here we'll show you. And I've got, whoops. I've got, although I don't have a photo of Dave Messer, I do have the next best thing. Yep, there's Dave Messer. I did a pop figure for him off of on ChatGPT, as I was doing for a lot of people, and the great thing was it's spot on. I swear you could look at this, photo, and you could pick Dave out of a crowd of 1,000 people. You'd go, it's that guy right there. It's great. He loved it. He absolutely loved this and posted it on after the victory. He posted this on the office of his office door, and it was something like, "That'll be Admiral to you," or something funny like that. Dave is, I call him the Admiral. He's just amazing. He's such a good guy because listen, I went to law school, so I can be dangerous in that case. And I would say, what about this? And what about, and so many times he said, that's not part of the case. Nope, we're just going to focus on this. And I said, okay, you're the boss. You're the Admiral. I'm not here for the ride. I'm just riding along here. And he was always right. And his closing argument was spectacular. His closing argument was, I told him it should be taught at Harvard Business School because it was so simplistic. And so like he wasn't talking down. He was just talking in a way that everyone understood what he was getting at. It was great. There is a Funko Pop of me. I've done. Have you not seen it? It's my Facebook. It is my Facebook. Let me see if I can pop it. I have one on my. Where's that? I have a whole folder of pop figures. Val, you need to send me a photo. I'll do a Funko Pop of you. Here's Nice thing about once you learn how to use AirDrop on Macs. So. There's my Funko Pop. This has to be, it was so spot on. It was just insane. I sent ChatGPT a photo of me dressed in the Garth costume because it fits perfectly. And this is what they came up with. I was just like, brilliant, freaking brilliant. There you go. So, Val, send me your photo, and I'll do a Funko Pop of you. There you go. What? I need to figure out a way to put that photo in. I'll make a little. Anyway, any questions? Does anyone have any questions that you'd like to ask? Who's shopping for Black Friday? I know I am. Chris and I were going to give each other like one big gift because I wanted this watch, and she's like, "Well, you can buy me a tattoo," and I was like, "Okay." And then I started finding things for her that were like perfect for her. I was like, yeah, about that whole Christmas gift idea, buy your own tattoo. I've got other great shit for you. So that's what so I'm going to buy more stuff because and a couple other people that I have to buy gifts for. So I don't know. I usually don't go out on Black Friday, but I will tomorrow. There you go. Mark Patterson asks, what happened to the Axanar script for sale? And will it? Yeah, I was working on it today. Absolutely. The audio drama, we've got a call scheduled with Matthew, who's the producer on that. The script, I'm literally trying to finish it off this weekend and get it to the printer. Listen, my bad. I've delayed that way too long. Part of it is trying to make it perfect. But yes, so absolutely, I'm on it. Mark, feel free to send me an email, alec@axanar.com, and I'll fill you in on any details on that. Okay. Oh yeah, I mean, rise across the physical media. Yeah, I mean, I've priced out how much it's going to cost to do the Blu-ray for all donors, and it's not cheap. But what are you going to do? That's, I know the Voyager documentary is having problems. Yeah, I've heard. I don't follow it at all. I guess the documentary was years ago. The Kickstarter, I don't know anything about it. So yeah. Waiting for Cyber Monday. Yeah, I can't blame you there. But that great question, Mark, and feel free to send me an email. I gotta make sure I stay centered here, don't I? For the vertical. That's why they have I was like, I don't need to see what the vertical is like. Now I do. Now I see where the vertical is. So I need to stay centered in the screen. What other question? Any other questions anyone have that I can give you? We can I'm just reading your comments. So let me tell you, I know, and I feel for you. Some of you. Axanar the novel. Mark, you're asking all the great questions. That's a great question, and there's a very good long answer for that I don't want to get into until we release. A lot depends on the continuing relationship with Skydance, and once we iron that out, we're very we are totally excited. My understanding is Kurtzman is out. I know it's just rumor right now, but what I'm hearing is he is gone, and I don't think he ever had a chance. We can rehash this to the end of the time. I think the good news is that they're going to make the Kurtzman universe an alternate universe, just like the Kelvin universe, which is what I've been advocating forever. Yes, the answer here is yes, but I won't know more till I actually have my sit down with them. I think that there is a way forward that benefits Skydance enormously. And we would like to take advantage of that. We already have, I would love to do another project in Star Trek. I already know what that project is. I actually have two, but one would be a slam dunk. And I have a way for them to do it, and to let us do it, and it would be enormously profitable for them. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. The important thing is getting out these next two episodes, because it's right now. Listen, I'm fully cognizant of the fact that it's been 11 years. Well, let's see. It's been 10 years since the lawsuit. Next month will be 10 years. And and it's 11 since our first Kickstarter for the movie. So, listen, I'm very cognizant of, I still have to deal with idiots online who say, you haven't done anything. Well, okay, we have, listen, Interlude wouldn't have gotten made without us. Okay. Icarus Factor is us. There's one film we put out. Yes, it's a short. Daedalus, there's two films we made. That's a short. And episode 4 will be out, and that I think that'll just shut a lot of people up. And I think it'll be good. I mean, we during the shoot this weekend, we had someone there or 2 guys there who had not seen the rough cut. They were, they weren't insiders, and they saw the rough cut, and it was fun to watch them watch the rough cut and see their reactions, because their reactions were like, "Holy shit!" They were thrilled, and we know we watched it. It was fun to watch it with them because we were watching not as in an editing mode. We were watching as fans, and totally excited. Totally excited. So there you go. Tanya, I don't know if you're referring to me. I do respond to Facebook comments. It depends where they are. YouTube comments I'll try and respond to when I can. Yes, Arthur, there are DVDs of Prelude, Blu-rays and DVDs of Prelude. They're on our store, so you can get them there. We are still here. Yes, we are. And I think next year is going to be the big year for us. So keep your fingers crossed. We're excited. We are excited. What else? Yes. Any other questions? I mean, it's only 7:39. So what I can do is I certainly can pull up. I can pull up some video for us to watch. Oh my gosh. And I tell you, let's see what we got here. All right, let's go through some of the, since we kind of finished all the questions up. How about we go through some videos? All right, let's watch some video. You saw the trailer at the beginning of the show. Oh, not there. Okay, it's not in there. We just find out what we got. So let me make sure this is. Okay, well, let's watch this. Why don't we watch? I'm going to put up Daedalus, and then we'll watch Icarus Maneuver, and then we'll watch one other. I'll dig a couple out. Yes. All right, here we go. Let's watch Icarus first. No, I'm sorry, Daedalus first. Here we go.
This is a galaxy-wide transmission of the United Federation of Planets. The Starfleet Historical Society, in conjunction with Memory Alpha, brings you Ships of Starfleet, the Daedalus class hospital refit.
The Romulan War, the seminal event in the creation of the Federation as we know it. And at the forefront of that conflict, the Daedalus-class starship.
The X-class Warp 5 ship was the most famous class of ship in the war. The Enterprise's adventures under Captain Archer had made that ship an icon.
Well, as war was approaching with the Romulans, Earth needed to build starships quickly and in great numbers.
The Daedalus was designed to fill a variety of roles. Heavily shielded and hardened against the Romulan hacking of 10 years earlier, what it lacked in speed, it made up for in flexibility and survivability.
So 80 years later, when the war with the Klingon Empire broke out, it was the logical choice to refit for hospital ships, which were desperately needed.
Well, just like the Liberty ships of the Second World War, the Daedalus-class ship was mothballed rather than scrapped. Our top technical personnel worked with the Starfleet Corps of Engineers. They put in every piece of equipment that our medical team could use. And after the refit, well, the ship had better capabilities than that of a small starbase.
Our ships have the most advanced medical facilities anywhere in the known universe.
Well, once the specs were finalized, it took less than 60 days to get the first refit launched. After that, we were launching a refit Daedalus every week. A year into the war, we ran out of hulls.
Vulcan, Andorian, human, Telluride, whatever race was coming towards us, our staff was ready to handle them.
The hospital ships were probably the greatest unsung heroes of the war.
Our crew was even ready to work on the Klingons.
And while our medical teams made up the bulk of the crew, we had Starfleet personnel manning the ships.
Many of us were disappointed to be serving on hospital ships. We wanted to be on the front lines, serving as the tip of the spear.
And by Axanar, our crews didn't just sit back and wait to receive casualties. So we dove right in to everything but the fiercest parts of the battle, beaming out casualties and saving the lives of thousands of crew members that otherwise would have been lost. No one wanted to be just an ambulance driver. We were Starfleet. We needed to make a difference. So we created our own tactics to save more lives. And that often meant doing things that were somewhat unconventional. We did a lot of things those ships were never supposed to be able to do, but it was about saving lives.
By the end of the war, over 100,000 Starfleet crew and Federation citizens have been treated on a Daedalus-class hospital ship.
Between the lives the hospital ships saved and the dedication of the Starfleet crews, the revitalization of the Daedalus class became as important to the war effort as the introduction of the Ares class.
And so, the hospital ship USS Lanyon took its place next to the USS Daedalus and the NX-01 Enterprise at the Starfleet Museum.
Not all the legends that war created were warriors.
Oh. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, and that's Paul Osborne, who you see up there as Stern von Alk. He did a great job. He did a really good job. Really good job. Oh, yeah, you know what? We haven't seen this in a while. These guys did a phenomenal. Now, this is not Axanar, but I just love sharing this video. Let's see. All right. Let's share. This is a trailer for Squadron from the Czech Republic, which is a couple years old, but these guys just did such wonderful, wonderful stuff.
You will command the whole squadron, and Minneapolis is going to be your flagship. Rear Admiral Nansen.
Our task is to take over the patrol in this sector and stabilize the situation.
When a chieftain is fighting in his own territory, it is dispersive ground. Ground on which we can only be saved from destruction by fighting without delay, is desperate ground. On desperate ground, fight.
Okay, you got to go. If you haven't seen Squadron, it is one of the best fan films I think I've ever seen. I absolutely love it. So definitely go check that out. Chris Leia's Daedalus short. No, I haven't. Is it because Chris did all the VFX for Daedalus? So no, I will have to check it out. Oh, okay. Yep. That is that's Heroes, which we let's see. All right, which is unfinished. So I'm going to ask you guys to forgive me for this being unfinished, but we're talking about getting it finished now. I just had another conversation with Josh, but yeah, let's watch that.
You're saying Starfleet buried the whole thing?
Other than the three of us and Donald Corey, no one outside the Admiralty knows a thing.
Logical.
Is it? Of what benefit is there to Starfleet, the Federation, or even Captain Garth himself, if the events after his accident were made public, Doctor?
We all need heroes.
No. It is purely an emotional need.
Mr. Scott?
Steady, Jim. Ready for transport, sir.
Energize, Mr. Scott. Captain Garth, welcome to the Enterprise.
Thank you, Captain. Dr. Corey sends his regrets. It seems closing the facility takes most of his time these days.
My first officer, Mr. Spock. My chief medical officer, Dr. McCoy. I take it it's not your first time aboard the Enterprise, sir.
No. Bob couldn't help but show off after you first took her out.
I am the Enterprise's third captain. We've made some big changes since Commodore April was your captain. I've arranged a dinner in your honor in the officers' mess at 1900. McCoy should have you fully dissected by then.
It's been quite a while since I've socialized with Starfleet. Not sure I'd know what to say.
Say what's on your mind.
Not sure anyone has that kind of time.
It's just my senior staff. And we will be the ones honored by your presence. Sir.
Captain.
Till then.
He has no recollection of anything from the time of the accident until the time we were last here.
All right, there you go. We don't show that often. There's a scene that wasn't shot, where we literally, Josh and I have talked about reshooting that one scene. So we will. I really would like to. And there's footage that there's other footage that could be used to finish it, but I want to finish it the way I wrote it. Yeah, that was a Norway class ship in Squadron. Oh yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on that. I've written extensively about it. I don't spend much time, but I do wherever I find it. Matter of fact, I thought the effects on the new Farragut film were really, really good. I was really impressed with the work on that ship. But, yeah. So I don't think I did in Cosmic Stream. I think am I on camera in Cosmic Stream? Yeah, but I think the only time I've worn that has been in Heroes. Hey, Wright. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Wright. Yeah, thank you. Much love to you and your family. So yeah, there you go. Let me see now if I have Icarus in a form that I can share it with you guys. Where did I show it last time? I don't know if it's, let's see, videos. Let's see. That's not it. What did I show it off of? Let me see. Did I show it off of maybe I showed it off the website last time. I don't know if I can do that. Let's see if I can do that. Because I know we have it on the website. Oh, and it should be. Okay, I think I can. Wait a second. Let me see if I have it on. I gotta have Icarus on our YouTube channel. I know I had to take it down because of you know who. Hold on one second and let me get this over. Okay, here we go. Oh, I took it down. Wait a second. Is this the right channel? Nope. I'm like, why are there no videos in this channel? All right, now let's try here. Oh no. Sadly, CBS, of course, filed a strike against it. Those bastards. So I'm trying to look for it for you guys. Let me read what you. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I will have to check that out, David. I'm not familiar with that. 1 second, as let's just try and get it off of. All right, I think I got it here. Or not. Let's see if this is going to do it. Nope, that's not. Let me try again. I know this can be boring, but give me some time. All right, now let's see if I pop that up. There we go. Let's make that full screen and action.
It was stardate 2244.8. We responded to a distress call from the Apollo. We warped into a graveyard.
Captain on the bridge.
We knew the Klingons were there. We just didn't know where.
Sit rep, Ken. Shields are up, weapons are ready, but we're having trouble spotting them.
What about our ships?
Gone, sir.
2 D6s inbound high, bearing 136 degrees.
Red alert!
They're opening fire. Incoming torpedoes.
Evasive, full impulse.
Inertial dampeners down. Secondaries online.
Bridge engineering. Alexei, we just lost it.
I'm on it. 5 minutes.
And I also need...
Reserve power to phasers.
Mr. DeVille, get us 50 clicks above the nearest D6. Icarus maneuver on my mark.
Z plus 50 clicks. Aye, sir.
Closest hostile port shields down to 33%.
Target port in a cell tower.
Target locked.
Stand by tractor beam.
Tractor beam. Aye.
Shield power fluctuating, Captain.
We've lost power to communications.
We're losing lateral starboard thrusters.
Make it count, Corey.
I always do.
In position in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Icarus, mark.
Those port shields now at 17%. They're down.
Fire phasers. It's all you, Commander.
Got it. Steady, Mr. Gaville. Let's see their shield stop this. Engage auxiliary power to the deblender array. Now, Mr. DeVille. Scratch 1d6.
Status on the other ship.
Second ship is coming about. Wait. The plasma's igniting.
Damn, that's not something you see every day.
It was a fun shoot. Let's see what else you guys got to say. Why are we streaming in portrait mode? Well, we're streaming both in landscape and portrait mode, so it's how you've got it set on your end. StreamYard now streams in both styles, both formats. So you should be getting it in landscape. If you're on a PC or a tablet, you should be getting it in landscape. The other format is just for your phone. And I'm not sure why you would be getting it, David. All right. Good question. She's an alien. That's why. Yeah. So she's actually a shapeshifter. She is an Etosian. So and that's important. It's good you saw that. You'll see more of it in episode 5, and it's really important. So hang on to that. Yeah, Paul, we're going to be released. Yeah, Paul, Jeff and I just talked about that. It's contingent on Skydance, but yes, the answer is yes. That should be based on. Listen, this is the first time we've broadcast in both formats because StreamYard just introduced it. But if you're on, you should be able to change whether it's vertical or horizontal, whether it's portrait or landscape on your end, because we're broadcasting in both. And if I go to my YouTube channel, let's see. Let me see. going to go to my channel. I'm going to watch, let's see the live. Oh, okay. There you go. Whoops. Okay, so I don't so yeah, it's showing on vertical on mine as well. And I'm not sure. Has anyone been able to change it to landscape on their YouTube if you're watching it on YouTube? Landscape is wide, portrait is narrow. Oh, that, yes, Paul, that's the tunic I wore in Cosmic Stream. So there you go. So yes, yes, it's portrait on YouTube. I don't know how to change that. Right. Let's see if I can change it. I'm gonna have to do some research on here on StreamYards because I don't know. Let me see. I'm checking here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check. I just won't stream in the vertical format next time, unless I can figure out why it's doing right. I thought it was just for the phone, but I guess it's. So let me check it and get back to you guys. But anyway, we're over time here, so let me get going. Let you guys go. We may be back this weekend. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. And yeah, if any of you guys figure it out, I'll talk to Chris Weave too, because he's. I don't know if he's used this alternate format as well. So I'll check and get back to you guys. All right. Listen. Thank you all for coming out, my friends. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thanksgiving, and enjoy Black Friday tomorrow. And we'll touch base with you then, okay? As always, my friends, live long and prosper. Thanks.